Listeners be advised. The Soliloquy podcast discuss matters related to the human experience and many that are sexual in nature. Due to this, some conversations may surround triggering topics such as sexual violence, self-harm, abuse, and much more. Please be advised, a list of crisis and psychological resources will be available in the show notes of this episode. With that said, let's get started with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please as we go through the following safety instructions.
In the event that there is a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop from the overhead. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Breathe normally as oxygen is flowing even if the mask is not inflated. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Soliloquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. This is your favorite host, Vernon T. Scott, also known as Slater Jackson, and for you freaking motherfuckers out there, Sebastian Adams. It is Heauxvember, y'all. If you have not been tuning in, I need y'all to catch the fuck up because all the good shit is coming out. It's the 8th episode of the fucking month, and if you're not energized, I don't know why the fuck you're here. It is a month of just embracing your sexuality, embracing all of the things that makes you a beautiful ass hoe. Just, if you're not sucking dick today, you should be sucking dick today. If you're not eating pussy today,
what you doing?
You should be eating some pussy today. If you're not eating ass, you better be eating some ass. I don't give a damn what you're eating. You better be snacking on something. That's all I'm saying. Nibble on some titties, y'all. Ooh, yes, nipple play. Hold up. Let me sit in that right quick.
Well, you ain't said nothing but a word. Let me go ahead.
Not him showing off the titties. Yeah. So y'all, the van is back, and I see his titties again.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of titties.
If y'all have not seen the episode with me and Devanin on his channel, you might as well go ahead and go over there. Look up his podcast, which is the Sex, Drugs, and Jesus podcast. But guess what? This is a whole podcaster's episode, y'all. I have Devanin from his podcast, and I have Sydney and Aysia from Two Uncomfortable Black Girls on this episode. What the fuck am I doing?
A whole lot of freaky shit.
So, if y'all have not been, listening to their podcast, I need you to go back, catch the fuck up, and then continue to where you are now, which is with the Soliloquy podcast, because, please. And their information will definitely be in the show notes for everybody. So, on today's episode, we're going to be doing like a deep dive into the topic of sexual expression. So, to start it off, do y'all have any personal turn-ons? And just, crowd control. Let's start off with Sydney, then Aysia, then Devanin, then I'll just jump up in this motherfucker. Or we just do this all kind of wild. I don't know. It's an orgy. Let's go.
That's what I thought. It was a 3-way, 4-way that I was coming to. That's what I planned for.
like, what we doing? What is your turn-ons?
So my turn-ons, I got a list of them guys. But I'm gonna keep it a little simple. Physical turn-on is always for me the eyes. If I can tell that you fucking me from just the way that you looking at me, turn on. The way you talk to me, a turn on. And if you can fuck my mind, that's the biggest turn on. Because for me, you got to get in my head before you can get between my legs. But when it comes to sexual matters turns on, I'm more of a physical touch type of girl. You got to touch me in certain ways. You got to give me a sign. You can't just be like a little brush and I'm like, hey friend. Nah, you got to really touch me, massage me, hit the neck in other places to get me up and aroused and turned on.
Okay, girl. Ooh. It was to fuck me with your eyes and then fuck my mind. That's all. You had me at that. I'm just like, what can we do?
My imagination is wow.
There ain't nothing like a man that looks at you like he gonna devour you like a goddamn lion in the Serengeti or some shit. Like, you want to be that piece of meat that's about to get ripped to fucking shreds and left for dead in the middle of the fucking Sahara, bitch.
Period.
So, Devin, what are some of your turn-ons?
I was gonna let the other lady go first.
Oh, okay, Asia.
Oh no, you are the host, so maybe I should.
No, it does not matter. Come on, Asia, what you got for us?
It'll take much.
I just heard is, look, if you send that dick picture and I like that bitch, I might have to hop on.
It doesn't take much. Like, it really doesn't. Like, conversation probably, but it don't even have to be. I feel bad. It don't even have to be that deep of a conversation. You can just keep me, I guess, intrigued, and I'll be like, oh, okay, and I'll, as far as physically, I guess as far as physically, like touching, I'm more of a kiss type person, so like kissing is what turns me on, like, in general, I guess, or physically or whatever. I think that's like really, like I said, it doesn't take long to get your wheels spinning there, to be honest.
Get that pussy gushy.
No. Right, like it doesn't take long at all.
Look, that sounds like you just come up behind Asian just like, hey, look, I just want to know, is that pussy dripping right now?
Not the whisper song. Yeah. That's all it takes right there. It's like, that's it. That's terrible, but that's it. Like, it does not take a lot.
All right, Devin, what you got?
So then, Asia, you won't be hooking up with them peoples who be like, we can fuck, but I don't kiss.
Right.
That's not gonna work for you.
I gotta really, really like you to kiss you.
That's funny how opposite y'all are. You like, I gotta really like you to kiss you. The other one, like, kissing is mandatory. It's so I don't have feelings attached to kissing. It just depends on the person. I'm down for whatever. If I'm gonna fuck, then everything's on the table, or not at all. But I also am a Sagittarius. So now what turns me on? It depends, motherfucker, on the day. It could be one thing today, different thing the next day. If the moon is full, the sun is high, if I'm in this mood, that mood. But what I never like is a poorly dressed man, though. Like, you can't go, okay, preach, hallelujah. I'm getting amens from the choir from every goddamn field. You cannot show up acting like you don't know what a belt is, with your drawers hanging out. Because most men don't wear cute underwear. Most of them got on Hanes, Fruit of the Loom, Under Armour. Those are the three brands you see. Underwear not cute. Pants falling off your ass is just tacky. Now, you don't need to be all in Banana Republic in the Gap, but if you are, even better. But you need to have on something that makes me understand that you respect the way you look when you walk out the house.
See, the image I have in my head now is like motherfuckers sagging with thongs on, because it's like, let's change the game.
Not the 1990s. Not the 90s.
That's different because they at work trying to pull some coin. You got that out. I'm talking about them bunchy ass boxers, coming over the top of the pants and dirty tennis shoes, faded jeans, Yeah.
Well, I'm happy I have been gifted with the men that I have had, the men that's been in my life. And all of them wear designer underwear when they coming over to hanky. They got the good underwear on. Been gifted in that aspect.
Well, blessed art thou amongst women.
I I'm a fan of the No Underwear gang. I'm a member because fuck underwear. Look, I barely want to wear clothes half the time. So, look, me and clothes means I have to be out in public. I'm not trying to be out in public. Now, for my turn-ons, it's like you, Devan, it depends on the damn day. Some days it could just be like you sent me the right kind of picture and I'm just like, you know what, we can fuck now. Like, I would say the one thing, my go-to, like if you trying to get me from 0 to 100 like real quick, is like if you just pop up out of nowhere and start nibbling on my fucking ear, we are fucking on the spot. Like what, like you decided to play these fucking games, and these games mean you're getting fucked. That's all I know. And like other than that, like that's my one thing. Now I do want to talk about something because I did mention it earlier, and that's like the kissing. And I was on like IG some time ago, and they were talking about like intimacy and whatnot, and people are like, sex is an intimate thing, and then some people are like, well, I don't kiss during sex, and people are just like, well, how can you have sex with a person and not kiss them? So what is y'all's form of intimacy that y'all like, and how do y'all personally feel about that aspect of, is kissing really intimate, or is sex really intimate, or both?
Do you mean intimacy like just from a sexual standpoint, or just intimacy in general? If that makes sense.
I say in general.
Well, unlike how our other co-host explained, with him, he was saying that kissing isn't emotions attached to it. With me, kissing comes with full emotions. If I'm kissing you, I really like you. I really have real big feelings for you. Because at the end of the day, I know females never really say this, but I can fuck you and not have any ounce of emotions or like towards you. You could just turn me on and we have a little bit of a connection there. But I don't have to kiss you. It's a, you look good and I want to devour you type of thing. So yeah, if I'm kissing you, it's feelings there. I gotta have some feelings to kiss you, because that is pure intimacy to me.
Hey, your face is like,
like, fuck this bitch.
He's like, I need that emotion, bitch. Like,
but emotions for me come in touch, because again, that's my love language, is touch. If your touch you gonna be the right way, we Gucci. I don't have to kiss you if you know how to rub me right. I'm like the genie in the bottle. You rub me the right way and it's popping.
Well, I'll grant many a wish. What about you, Devan?
Well, I feel like intimacy is inherent to the situation. If you doing anything sexual with anybody, it is an intimate thing. In my head, I feel like a compartmentalization of certain aspects, be it kissing or whatever, it's like kind of like, I don't get it. It's because like sometimes I wonder if people who do that are they safeguarding themselves from something? Are they shielding themselves from something? Why does it have to be, I'm going to give you my body and my time, which is a resource I can't get back. But if I kiss you, then that's like stepping over the line unless there's feelings. On the other hand, I could see if maybe that's something special that they want to reserve. But my whole thing, if your dick is in me, in my head, that is more intimate to me than a peck on the lips. When we out at the club, you might kiss a friend on the lips. Oh, hey, girl. So, but my friend who I might kiss on the lips cannot enter my asshole. To me, sex is more intrusive and invasive, and the best ways in a kiss is surface level. And so to me, I don't get how that is has an emotional tie more so than penetration and all the other things that go along with it, not to mention the risk factors. You have all your disease risks and things like that from the sex, which people will do, but then they'll be like, oh no, I can't kiss. And so, it's all about understanding, yourself. And so the whole thing is intimate to me. So whether it's somebody who's not my boyfriend that I'm sleeping with, it's intimate. Say like with the person who's not my boyfriend, it's just a lower level intimacy. it's more intense with my boyfriend because of the things that we do outside of the bedroom that has drawn us closer together. The years we have behind us, but it's all intimate. If it's being done, it's intimate.
I'm with you there. Like I think the the difference for a lot of people is based upon like the boundary that they're setting in their defined terms of like what their relationship outcome would be. Like if I move like, let's say if I'm a type of person who only reserves kissing for like people I'm willing to date on an ongoing basis or see on a recurring basis because I see myself going further along with that person rather than allowing myself to breach that boundary with just some random person that I don't want to engage like that. And I think that is one of those things, like even when it comes to like what we expose in our lives, because like I could have a conversation with somebody and respect the boundaries of like, hey, I don't want you to come into like anything that's truly personal of mine, so I'm going to leave you at that level. Regardless, you're still having conversations with people. It's just what level of comfort you're willing to release to a certain person based off of the standard image that you've made for what you want in your life. And even though it's like, these acts are intimate regardless, some people do see, like sex as just being genuine fun, like playing a video game. And I'm not going to somebody's house to play a video game with the expectation of kissing them. So it's like in that kind of mindset, in that space, I get why kissing will be reserved for like a more relationship kind of thing versus like everybody is deserving of my kiss like a handshake.
Maybe the kiss makes some people feel all tingly and warm in their heart and soul, in some like special way or something like that. But what I know is this: all of these rules and parameters and shit we be having get thrown out the fucking window sometimes, depending on who the fuck we in the damn bedroom with.
Amen to that.
That is true. I've kissed a couple dudes that ain't. I'm not gonna say that I haven't.
Look, I've definitely broke some windows.
I do have to, I do stick to a category, like you said, categorizing things. Because in my mind, head kissing is where I draw the line to that's boyfriend. So, and even I got it broken down to marriage. Some shit I don't do sexually until it got a ring on it. Because if I'm finna be nasty, I need you paying all these motherfucking bills, okay?
I respect that. And I'm not going to let it slide that she said head is one of the things for being in a relationship. I fucks with that.
Wait a minute.
Look, I more power to those people who are fans and enjoy sucking dick. Like
I do, I love it. I love doing it.
Like more power to y'all. I cannot. I eat pussy every fucking day of the week, but I'm not going to suck a dick every day.
I have observed from back in my choir days that if I was doing my scales and I was having a hard time hitting like that F sharp or that G sharp, that if I would deep throat me about a 9-inch dick the night before the performance, that I would be able to get my Mariah and my Whitney on with less trouble. So stretch them vocal cords out. It is good for your musical career.
They were stretched last night, so you can.
Y'all, I'm just gonna let y'all know now. The episode title is literally gonna be "Deep Throat for Gino." Like,
I love it.
I can't. I'm so fucking done. Oh God. Another thing in regards to like sexual expression, and I really did not define sexual expression at all for the listeners and whatnot. Sexual expression is just how you express yourself sexually. Literally, that's it. There might be a more defined definition that is like a lot more expansive and a lot more words, but fuck that. It's just how you express yourself sexually. It's nothing important, like big. That's sexual expression. It's a lot of different categories in that, and that's just all personal on literally how you choose to express yourself sexually. In relation to,
Can I just say though, in terms of sexual expression, I like sexual expression with clothing. I do. So like I have a little bit of chest hair going out here. The different underwear that I sell in my store. I like sexual expression within sexual expression. So like before the sex happens, I like sexy lingerie and things like that. I like seeing guys, in nice fitting swimwear, or, with some sort of situation where we're wearing underwear out in public. So I like the appetizing effect of erogenous clothing, the nipple showing through the clothes. I like the way women wear all these, slash this, she got her stomach out and everything. I like sexy, slutty ass clothing done in good taste, but still slutty.
I'm afraid because I'm the slut queen for plus size.
Yes.
I never wear no damn clothes.
Be nude out here, be naked, because clothes are so restricting. Like, if I could just walk outside with just nothing but robes on and nothing underneath, I'd definitely do it on a regular basis. But then I think of like, it's hot outside and I'm not trying to be out here sweaty in a robe. No. So do y'all know your own erogenous zones?
Like nipples.
Yeah, mine would be my nipples and around my neck, but it has to be like the left side of my neck.
Really? And why not the right side?
I know it just feels better on
my
the left
side. Yeah, my left side is my dominant side in general. So I don't know if that plays into it. I've never looked deeper into it, but only like the left side really gets me
up and aroused, up and going.
I need y'all to explore your erogenous zones a little bit more.
Well, I know my inner thighs are one for me. My neck. If you rub me, see, I'm giving off all the fucking tea.
It is a deep dive now.
If you rub me on my right side, like right where the V is, underneath the flooper, that gets me there too. Rubbing underneath the flooper, it's touching that V for me, and even touching the V on other people just gets me up and going.
Yes, like same here. Like the V area for me is just like, oh my god, most if it's like a feather involved, it feels so fucking good. Or even someone licking in that area feels great. The inner thigh for me, the behind the kneecap, my shins, like we already talked about my ear, like just nibbling on my ear gets me someplace. And I have to now that you had like a specific side, I realized that like on the right side of my neck does turn me on a little bit versus my left side of my neck. Nipples definitely are a erogenous zone for me. I have very sensitive nipples too, so it's not like you cannot bite these motherfuckers and think you're gonna be okay. You might get punched in the face by accident. It's just a response. Like it's not trying to hurt you, but you hurt me and my body reacts. But like that's a spot for me. There's like this circular area like right above the butt crack for me too, that is a very, very nice spot to like rub on, lick and stuff like that. Yeah, I would say those are the ones that I'm aware of right now. I do need to do a little bit more exploring too.
So if you like that spot in your back, I'm pretty sure a nice soft scratch will send you through the roof.
Ooh, look,
I love that. A nice scratch from the tip of my ass to the top, right up on my neck. Oh, get the juices flowing.
And I will challenge some of the listeners out here, most definitely those who's probably going to be sucking or looking on some dick or pussy. Definitely play in that B area. Play in that like the crotch area of your partner. It can do some things that you are not used to. That that inner leg that is right there in the pubic area. Look around there too. Just telling y'all, give that a little try and see if they jump.
Is that before or after you drizzle the strawberry Hershey's chocolate?
Wait, what?
Oh. Before and after.
Look, outline it just so you know where you have to put the syrup. Have y'all ever included like flavored lube in your sexual practices?
Oh yes. Yeah. Flavored lube is a lifesaver. I even have flavored mints.
Ooh.
If you ain't heard of Flint mints, I know a lot of people, my mouth is watery enough. If you ain't ever heard of Flint mints, I promise it's better than the grapefruit tree. And I'm gonna leave it there.
So I need to do some research. Thank you.
They have you drooling like a baby. Drooling, and it's a tingle sensation. It's drooling and tingling all in your mouth. It numbs your back area, which gives a slight. It doesn't numb your private parts, so it does the opposite. It tingles and eradicates them. And I tell you, I think that's why I'm gonna have a ring sooner or later.
So you've been putting it down with these toys. I see.
Hey, right. I'm just trying to be a rich bitch in a rich life with a husband paying off.
Amen. So, what types of sexual play do y'all like?
I'm trying to learn to like being tied up.
Okay, so Sydney, tying her up is something she's trying to learn. And Aysia, you said BDSM?
Oh, I was saying she likes BDSM, but I do too.
Oh, have y'all taken the test?
No.
Y'all haven't taken the BDSM test? I will definitely send it to you because I sent it to somebody like last night. So I still have it up. Y'all have that within like the next 30 seconds. But yeah, you should definitely take that test. It tells you a lot about yourself. Most definitely if you, because the person I sent to last night, they came up vanilla, and he was like, "Oh, well, I think does this mean I'm boring?" I'm like, "No, it doesn't mean that you're boring. It's just like you can still like sex and do a lot of things in how you explore the sex. It's just you do typically what most people consider heteronormative. You know, you're just out here fucking pussy and that's it. And you know, life is good. Like that doesn't mean you can't flip it and reverse it and all that and still be vanilla. It's just you're not including like some kinks. You're not slapping ass on a regular basis. You're not using a flog. You're not using a whip. You ain't using all kinds of shit. You don't have feather play that you're doing. You like that's all. But if you're trying to get into that level and learn those things, we can talk about it.
It's funny how many people don't know about feather play. People don't understand the orgasm you can get from a feather.
Girl, I keep my feather. Shoot. Savannah, what about you? What are some of the sexual plays that you like?
It's just like I'm thinking about like okay, so I have like leather in my closet, nipple clamps in my closet, various like kink outfits, you know, that are kind of specific to the gay community. So, you know, you got your wrestling singlets, you got all this shit with zippers, you know, I got the ropes. I already told you about the Hershey's syrup and everything like that. So I just do it. There's nothing that I really won't do. Like it just depends on the person, you know, we doing it. And then outside, and then over here, and I been fucked in a ditch in a truck, you know. You know. So trying to like say I like this or that at this point, it's too late for that. Oh.
Was it fun fucking in the ditch?
I was high on ecstasy, probably cocaine too, so I got my life for whatever it was worth. So
because I'm just curious, like, how does one end up in the ditch and start fucking? Like,
how was that an option?
you
a sheltered child, and there's a lot of creeks and ditches around. Make do what you gotta make do. Okay?
You're right.
I was living in Montrose in Houston, Texas, in the gay district, and my apartment was in Montrose, and so I would just be walking around, whatever, and I just saw this dude I found to be attractive walking by, and for whatever reason, he was near the ditch or standing in the ditch. Again, I was high as fuck. And I was like, I want you to fuck me right here. And so he did.
Wow.
It wouldn't have been in the woods, but I mean, a lot of girls bent over in a ditch, okay?
Gotta get you some ditch dick, bitch. Gotta keep some ditch dick.
Look, what are y'all doing over there? Lord, I love it. I know, like I'm trying to get a little bit more into some role play. I definitely do want to get back into like the cyber kind of things, like through text message and through like not necessarily like through like the avatar space, like you create a character and you do little IMVU kind of hookup kind of situation. Not that, like, just text a person like, this is what I'm going to be doing to you and all this other stuff, and build, fuck their brain that way. I'm definitely trying to get back into a lot more of that. What else? I love me some good feather play. I like spankings, giving and receiving. I enjoy like choking sometimes. What else? I don't know. I have had somebody ask me to piss on them, and I'm still contemplating if I want to do that or not. But that same person sucked my toes, and that shit felt real good. And I'm just like, you know what? If we do, and we go back to that, I might piss on you that day, because it's like you built it up on me and let me release that for you because you did what needed to be done.
Child, you ain't doing nothing but pissing into the toilet up against the tree anyway, so you can't do nothing. You probably not gonna do nothing with your piss. So what would it hurt you to let this person have it? Stop being a selfish bitch.
No, I'm being a selfish bitch. Oh my god!
I love you.
You ain't gonna do nothing with it anyway. Yeah.
Us girls can't speak on peeing on people because y'all already know where that's going.
There's some dudes who love it.
You can pop a squat and piss on a dude. Why the fuck you can't?
They love it.
No. What I'm saying is, girls some girls are squirters, and y'all know how some men feel about skirting. Oh, it's pee. So some of us automatically piss on people any goddamn way. So.
I'm so done. For those who think
it's...
Oh, what were you saying, Devana?
Yeah, okay, so I've never encountered a male adverse to averse to squirting. That's
just a lot of men that just are against it because deep in their hearts they feel like squirting is pee. I know for a fact it's not, but a lot of men are not sexually educated enough to know that squirting is not pee.
And she's right. I've seen, some men who are just like, no, that's piss, that's piss, that's piss. And it's really not. It's not piss. And even within like queer spaces, like when it comes to like gay men and the cream situation, and that's the thing. I'm like, y'all need to be worried about that if you put that in your mouth, because that's not what you think it is. That's like leftover fleet water, but whatever. Mixed with mucus, mixed with cum, and all this other shit. And shit.
What is that? Cream.
Oh, you never heard or seen a porn where people just like, oh, got the ass creaming?
You remember when they come in the ass and then they push the cum out?
No, as in they're fucking them, and it starts to like get this little whitish frothy.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
the frothy stuff starts to come out. I thought that was like a mixture of like lube and whatever.
It's like, so you have mucus in the ass, so you start having that build up a little bit because of the friction, plus pre-com, plus if there's some residue of like either, if it's like discolored, there's probably a little bit of residue of shit in there. There's also some of the fluids, if they use an enema or if they use water, some of that's mixed in there. It's one of those things I will say, do not put that in your mouth.
Well, I say put it in your fucking mouth if you want to. Shit, you gotta die or something, and I doubt it'll be that. But the whole thing is when you, this gets me back to like my original point. If I'm gonna be fucking with somebody, I'm all in because I'm exposed to everything that you are. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not about to get particular about what way you're administering you into me. So maybe I have this attitude because I'm usually on the receiving end of things. But so I get the fact that we are sharing everything. Whatever you got, I'm taking it. I understand that. I just want to say, in terms of these ratchet ass men who have problems with piss or whatever the hell might be coming out of whatever hole that they are trying to penetrate and get inside of, I'm like, just get the fuck over it. We not gonna be fucking with people like you. And because you're not worthy of our holes, you just can't be particular. You fucking around in a pussy, blood may come out, pee may come out, whatever. Deal with it. If you in an asshole, you might get shit out and all of that stuff that you was just explaining. It comes with the motherfucking territory.
That's true.
So
I agree with you. I definitely agree. It's just, for me, I just say like the only reason I have that warning is because some people are not, sexually educated. So it's like you're introducing new bacteria into your body that's not within your normal flora, which means something that's not is foreign to your body or whatever you're ingesting in that moment. But it's like whatever people do is whatever the fuck they do, of course. But it's like just the knowledge behind it, just know what you're doing and what all of those things are made up of. Because I even heard on like a different podcast of like some people who are sex workers, and they were talking about how the ass makes its own lube and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, but it does not. Like if you count the mucus as lube, then yes, but it's not the same lube that you'll find when it comes to like the vaginal canal when it's self-lubricating. The anus is not self-lubricating. The mucus is only for one purpose of easing things through, outwards and it's not even that much mucus that's being produced. So it's like when your goal is to make somebody cream, you're doing a lot more internal damage to that person through micro tears. So like that's like if like the sexual health side of things, this is why I'm always advocating, like use lube when it comes to like anal and stuff like that, so that you can protect the person that you're with. Like if shit happens because you are in the asshole. Like whatever happens is whatever that happens. But just the goal should not be to force somebody's body to overproduce something that it should not be overproducing just because you're trying to force that cream to happen.
Amen and amen.
Sure.
Something that I would like to discuss is like being shamed on how you express your sexuality. Like personal experiences of what it was like to be shamed, what they shamed you of. And Devana, let's start with you because I know, in us being queer, that we live in a society like it's like fuck everything that's gay, everything that's queer, everything that's like non-existent, that is heteronormative. So what was your personal experience like?
I've gotten shamed for like chem sex before, and of course, chem sex is having sex when you're high on drugs.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask.
Yeah, same.
CHEM.
Yeah, just short for chemical.
Okay. I was like, the fuck is that? Who the fuck is Kim? Hey, girl. I'm over here like, okay, so we can't fuck Kims now.
Okay.
I see why little Kim was mad.
And you'll see this when you're on like hookup apps and stuff like that. You know, are you into drugs and stuff like that? You know, if a guy would find out that I liked crystal meth or ecstasy or cocaine or whatever, some guys are like, oh no, I can't have sex with you. Mm-hmm. They will not come over. They will just, cut off the whole conversation, delete the profile, delete the conversation and everything like that. Because some people just automatically judge somebody who likes to use drugs, and particularly while they fuck. Mm. It's no different than like, being overweight, being hairy, and stuff like that. I've gotten adverse reactions from people for all three of those things. You're too hairy, you're too fat, and then you're too fucked up. You're too high.
That's interesting. Like, I find it amazing that people are fine with utilizing like sex enhancing drugs like Viagra and whatnot, and then whenever you do throw in, I'm shocked that ecstasy would be one of those things that people just like, oh no, I can't fuck with you. But like when it comes to like meth, people are just like, oh no, you're automatically less than. Or if it comes to little shots of heroin or coke, crack, whatever, is like, I can't fuck with you. Again, you're less than. However,
that comes from just like the stigma with both, because a lot of people still view ecstasy as like a party drug. So and people see heroin and crack and cocaine as something you take out on the street. Or that's why you end up homeless. That's why you end up, in certain ways. So I think that kind of plays a part in why people prefer to do ecstasy versus heroin or, meth, crack, stuff like that. I think that plays a part in that.
That's a good point, because like even marijuana, some people are fine with having sex with people who smoke weed. And personally, like I will have sex with somebody who smokes weed, but if you need to smoke all the time just so that we can have sex, that's the only time I'm just like, you know what, we can do a lot less, because it's like I don't want that to hinder my joy, my experience, because your plug didn't come in on time. So like those times I'm just like, I'll pass this go round. It's not like something that would exclude them from my time. It's just I don't want that to be a hindrance from us mutually enjoying the sex. And yeah, marijuana is one of those that is perfectly fine. I also didn't like hooking up with people who smoke marijuana who like oral, and they expect to like come in my mouth and shit like that, because that's not a tasty taste.
No, it's not. Isn't there not? Marijuana cum is not cute.
And I was about to ask who on this panel swallows. Not I. I can't do it.
I'm not above it. I don't go running around seeking opportunity, but I'm not above it.
I mean, swallowing isn't really a bad thing for me. I don't mind swallowing. I just gotta be in a moment for it to happen.
I just can't do it. I just be like, it's a texture. I'm a foodie, so texture matter, taste matters, all these things matter, and cum is just one of those things that does not meet my threshold of what I would do on a regular basis. I don't fuck with that.
So what I'm gonna say is, don't judge me, but I'm a texture person when it comes to cum too. I don't like it on me. I hate the feeling of cum. I say all the time, don't come on me, you better come on the bed, the trash can, the floor. I don't give a fuck where I gotta clean it up from, as long as it's not on me. I hate it. I mean, I suffered through it, But
That-
I hate that.
See, now all I see is like a scene of having sex, and he's like, "Oh, I'm about to come," and yo ass just shoot out the room and just like
It will.
enjoy.
It laugh. I was thinking, oh, I'm about to come, and I rolled a flat over. I done rolled off the bed so many times from a nigga from that one statement. Oh, I'm about to come. It's all you hear. Job done.
I'm done. Now, back to like the shame thing. It's weird. I actually was shamed for not being too big. Of course, you know, within like gay community, you already get the shame of being big already. But somebody literally was like, "Yeah, you're not fat enough for me." I was like, "What the fuck?" Okay. And I did, like at that time I did not know there was a such thing as like a super chub, and that was like a kink, or like that's what some people look for. And I was like, okay, good to know. I cannot say I felt proud or happy. It was just odd because I did not think that was ever going to be something that was said to me.
Super chub. I'm here for that. Like, the only time I was told I wasn't big enough was when I was like on drugs and shit, and I was like super skinny. And that guy had a minimum weight of like, I think 220 pounds you had to be to sleep with him. He had a minimum weight, and I was like 150, 165 or some shit, or 130, I don't know, something low. And but super chub though, I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that exists. I really do.
Right. I was like, yes. And I've been seeing, you know, because of Twitter and Twitter porn, I've been seeing some super chub porn. And I'm like, okay, that's what that looks like. That's what the people look like. And okay, yes, do y'all. I love it for y'all. Continue. Like, increase the content. What other kind of, well, Aysia, have you experienced any, like, shame as it relates to, like, your own personal sexual expression?
Shame. I don't know if it's really shame. It's more so just not discussed, like in general, like just sex in general, like what people like and don't like, I used to say my family type thing, but not like nothing specific has ever been shamed. But I would consider that shame because nobody really, you know, discussed it or talked about, like, of course, you know, the basics of it, what happens when you have sex with him, but nothing more than that. So I would say it was kind of shame to just, I guess, do it for pleasure. I was never really taught that or explained that, so I had to kind of figure out on my own. Still to this day, it's like that. But as far as like things I like in particular, or I will say, I ain't gonna say that I'm ashamed for it, but I am asked about it. I tend to like to do it guys on the uglier side. And I don't think that I've been shamed for it, but it's been like, but why? You know what I'm saying? But that's really it. Nothing specific, nothing like for any kinks or anything that I have. But
do you feel as though you have like the freedom to express yourself however you want to express yourself?
Yes, I think so. I've gotten to a point where I won't do anything less. I'm always going to express myself, whether it be sexually, physically, however. Mostly I stopped caring about what people think or what people may think or stuff like that. Now in the past, yeah, but now, nah, this is not.
Gotcha. So it's just I just don't give a fuck. I'm here and I'm happy and I'm going to stay that way.
That's it.
Did you ever have any like experiences of people shaming you in terms of how you express yourself sexually?
Express myself sexually, I would say probably not, but I'm a squirter, so I let people know that I'm gonna fuck up your bed sheets if you do a good job. I've been shamed for that before.
Damn. So that person shamed you rather than felt like, okay, I did something great.
Basically. But again, back to the ignorant conversation. A lot of men don't understand that that's like oh yeah, I did what I was supposed to do type of thing. And plus, when you dealing, I feel like I was the first girl he ever dealt with that's done that as well. Because, well, why all girls can't do it? I'm like, sir, didn't I tell you that's not P? If all the other bitches you ever fucked with never did it. You just fuck me differently than you fuck the rest of them bitches. Because I'm a little confused at how it's computing up there for you. But that's about it. Being a squirter and also not kissing. I've been shamed so many times of having that boundary.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Now that's not care. They will kiss anybody.
Yeah, I'll be like, that's boyfriend quality only. I'm not gonna kiss you. I'm not doing that. And they'd be like, what you mean? What you fucking mean? What I mean is, that's what you are. You're a fuck friend. I fuck you. We chatted up. We might smoke a little bit, and you go. There's no connection here, sir. Besides physical, that's it. Like that's it. You're a friend. I can hee ha ha with you. I ain't tongue kissing my friends. I might peck them on the cheek or peck them on the lips every once in a while. You don't see me tongue kissing them bitches. I ain't tongue kissing you either, my nigga. Keep this off.
I get that. So I forgot where my mind was going. It was something dealing with the kissing.
Well, why are you thinking about that? Her saying that was reminding me about all the all the beautiful girls. I have seen tongue kiss each other in the club, stuff like that. I would say y'all keep up the good fucking work.
Exactly. It's just the shame of, like, okay, I remember I was thinking about it's related to kissing, but it's the shame of because I've heard this, it did not happen to me, but in conversations with some male friends and just in general vicinity of other guys, of the concept of not wanting to kiss someone who just either swallowed their cum, gave them a brief head or whatever, and then it's just like they just sucked you off and now you can't kiss them. And I've also heard in reverse of some women who's just like, yeah, after he's ate the box, he can't kiss my mouth. Have y'all ever experienced that?
No, he can kiss mine.
Now,
yes.
But that's another reason why I have those categories as well, as far as my head and kissing goes neck and neck with me. That's boyfriend quality, because a lot of niggas are like that.
But I like it's also a boundary just so that other people know what category they're in. I don't think it's per se that you don't kiss while you have sex. It's just that's your way of showing this is the category that you're in. So if you're not kissing me, don't think it's anything more than us just being friends. But if we do kiss, then it's something more. I think that's a way to provide a boundary for the other person more so for yourself, in my opinion.
But yes, I do let it be known. I do let it be known that if I'm giving you sloppy toppy, I'm gonna kiss you. I let that be known up front. You can't kiss me after sucking your dick. Nigga, this your dick.
Why can't you taste your dick?
I guess for some guys, to kiss a girl after she sucked his dick would be like him sucking the dick. And maybe that's like a homo thing for him.
Ooh, if you didn't take the words right out my mouth. I'm just going to say that. It goes with that harsh masculinity they have. Like, boy, it's over it. It's your body.
So for the heterosexual listeners out there, it's Heauxvember. Go suck a dick. That's for all y'all. Like, if you're a man out here, go suck a dick. You might be open to it afterwards, And it's crazy. The just having, because men own their own penises and whatnot. Men know how to suck dick better than women, and they've never sucked a dick because they know what they like and they can coach women on how to do that. And it's just like, well, just go out there and suck a dick the way that you want others to suck your dick, and let's see how that goes. That's the I'm joking, y'all. Don't do that, but do that. just some homework, you know? What's Heauxvember without homework? Uh, so what are some, like, on a broader scale of things, has there been any things like in certain messaging or storylines that impacted the way that you express yourself sexually? Either it's porn or just your upbringing. Anything that you can think of that has made an impact on how you express yourself?
I think what's been impact for me was what is that? What is that show? It's based on a Spike Lee movie. What was that show with say it? It was on HBO, wasn't it? No, it was on one of these channels.
It was on Netflix. They redid it on Netflix. She's got it.
That's what it is. I used to be very, I guess we say, kind of quiet about what I do and if I do it type of thing. But I feel like that shaped me a little bit, well, a lot actually, as far as watching it. Just the way she had certain boundaries and ways she was like, and the way she was like, you know, I'm doing, you know, I like you, but there's other people too. And even what got me was even when she brought them all together for Thanksgiving, because everybody was like, what does the other one have that I don't have, blah, blah, blah. Even that was like, oh my God, because I used to be the type of person who I wasn't going to tell you, not that I would have said somebody and protected afterwards, but I wouldn't tell you that I was talking to or dealing with other people. It was always protected, but it was I never just was vocal about it. And I guess for fear of scaring people off. But now I'm at the point where it's like, well, if you really, you know, really dealing with me, then you'll be not be okay, but you'll just know that this is what I'm doing, and you can decide what you want. And you can decide if you want to play along or if you don't. But I think that show had me a lot more open about sex and my sexual experiences and what I do and don't do, and even figuring out new things that I like too. I especially like her rule of her only having sex in her bed. I kind of do that too. I prefer not to go to somebody else's place. I don't put myself or anybody, you know, in my household in danger, but you know, I prefer just to be in my space versus in somebody else's space or whatever. So I would say that she's got a habit. I know this sounds weird to some people, but I feel like that really pushed me to be like, okay, bitch, it's other hoes out here too.
Yes. I love that show. I loved it. And I cannot say that was the motivator for myself, but I love seeing that show because it gave me like affirmation. Because like for me, in terms of like how I express myself sexually, some of that comes from like me communicating with people in an honest way. Comes from my mom like pretty much instilling that concept of don't be lying to people, because, you know, lying does absolutely nothing for you. And so because of that, I even like, you know, learning more about sexuality and trying to engage with other people, I was like, well, I'm not of the mindset to want to lie to people about who I'm with. Either you accept that or you don't accept that. And that has hindered some things, but it also prevented chaos too. And that chaos prevention is the thing that I like the most. And watching that show and seeing how she managed everything and how she was just like, I'm me. I'm going to express myself however I want to express myself. You can love it or leave it, and it's going to be fine with me regardless, because I could replace you, I could find another you, or I could find somebody else who can fit this without causing any real troubles, because I let you know what this was up front and the things have not changed.
Yeah, I like that too. That really, it showed you how to I guess date, for lack of a better word. I know there are a lot of people who don't know how to date. And I think that show kind of showed like you said, how life could be without the chaos of trying to remember, is that guy this guy, or what happens if they cross paths and they figure it out. It's like, well, they already know, so what's the problem? But that show, it really got me where each guy was really trying to figure out, like, well, why do you need the other one when you got me? And it's like, what? Like, they were trying real hard. Like,
yeah, definitely. She Got a Habit is definitely an experience that definitely opened my eyes when it comes to how I date now. Or we're dating, because as y'all know, I'm cuffed as fuck. But before, when I was in my whole days, I definitely would let people know up front, hey, I'm not looking for much. I am openly dating. If you choose to deal with her, you don't. You got competition. If you don't like it, I know what to tell you. If you don't want the competition, do what you gotta do to make me yours. It gave me that open experience of being able to be unapologetically me. Because for a long time, I dated just one person for a long, long time. So when I did start dating, everybody they dated too was trying to date me because I've been off the market for 10 years. So I had niggas knocking at my doorstep left and fucking right. So yeah, just being able to tell people, this is what I am, this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to heal in the process. And also my godparent, my godmothers and aunties and my mom. My mom's always been very open when it comes to when I'm single, I'm single. She's always dressed sexy. My mother was the type of person that wouldn't go to the mailbox without lipstick on. You feel me? My mama stayed in that I'm beautiful, you gonna always catch me beautiful, and it's 1,000 other niggas that want me. She always walked in that, and I definitely get a lot of that from her. If you ain't gonna do right, somebody else will. If you ain't gonna please me, somebody else will. And my godmothers are very big on telling you how to handle certain things in the bedroom, because I can talk to them at any point in time and be like, hey man, this nigga come quietly. I need some help. What to do? And they like, oh well, try doing this, that, and the third. They taught me how to give head. Listening to them buying alcoholic whipped cream. Here, loosen them up like this. They gave me those stepping stones of how to be sexual and in a classy way. That, because if you know them, you won't think they the biggest freaks in the room. But I know they're the biggest freaks in the room.
Yes, love me a good covert freak. What about you, Devana?
Well, religion taught me how to hate everything sexual. And then for me, it was like music that began to pull me up out of that. I used to listen to a lot of like Madonna and stuff back when I first started playing with dildos and stuff like that. And so, and we all know, she's very like sexual and stuff like that, the antithesis of what the church stands for. And so, music helped to make me feel comfortable about who I am. And and I heard it in one of Madonna's songs, and she said, rejection is the greatest aphrodisiac. And she was talking about how we all were talking about how having multiple people that you're dating is like, and being honest about it is like the thing to do. The reason why that works really so well when somebody's dating multiple men is because of the spirit of competition in between men. And so it's like one straight dude was telling me one time, it's like if he likens, like females and people like onto a cat or something, like if you're trying to catch it and it's trying to get away from you, he said it like it just made him want it more. And so the guys know that you got all these other options and stuff like that. It makes you seem like a greater conquest. And so you never want to be in a position where you just dating one person. Even if you are, I would lie and be like you dating other people just so that they think that you're not too available. And I don't know, it's just a psychological thing that works. It's like once you date, once a few people want you, everybody wants you. But we also cannot assume, monogamous or exclusivity, unless it's stated. Mm-hmm. And so even if somebody doesn't say, I'm dating all these people, bitch, if I didn't tell you you're the only one, don't assume you're the only one.
Amen.
I did not say that.
I had to break that down to some people before. We are not dating.
Like, exclusively.
No, dating.
No, not even dating.
We are fucking here. You thought you were the only one. Okay.
The competition, though, that is very, very true. It's just something about men. They just, you tell me you dating 2 or 3 other people and they're like trying to figure out what the other one is doing versus what they're doing. They want to know what they can do better. Like even if it's just a sexual relationship,
I find that, and I tell other people that I'm dating, other people that I'm not dating them, it'll turn into, oh, well, we can go out, and you're like, for what? It's like you want to try to one up the next person, but you're not staying in your lane. It's just something, like you said, about that competition that gets them riled up to want to do more or come after you more.
This is why I'm a huge fan of having those conversations related to boundary setting, because I like someone comes up to me assuming whatever the fuck they thought that it was, and then I have to let them know, hey,
not even like that.
It's not like that. Like you thought we were dating. I thought that we were having great conversations and having sex. That's like, I thought when I told you that was what I was looking for, that you understood that that's what this was. I didn't change shit up.
They get mad too when you're just like, they get mad when you're like, we're just fucking, we're not doing anything else. What you need? I thought this. You thought what? We ain't been out nowhere. We ain't discussed this at all. What are you talking about? It's so funny. I think guys kind of feel some type of way because they want to be the one to say it's just, we're just fucking. So when a female says it, it kind of boosts their ego a little bit. Like, dang, that's all you wanted? Like, yeah.
That was the rule.
I called you at 11 o'clock at night.
What did you think this was?
Y'all pussies and your dick need to come with a warning label for addiction. Clearly, y'all.
My thing is,
we need to get some methadone or something for these people. We just keep it in the drawer next to the condom.
Something crazy happened. Like my regular threatened to block me once, and this was after I told him, like, I promised somebody else that I will hook up with them, and then I forgot about them when you mentioned that you want to hook up, and I'm just like, I don't know how I want to balance this, because I'm like, I now have two promises. And I was like, look, we can still meet up, and I'm going to have a follow-up after you. That pissed him off. And I'm like, fam, I already had something before you. Like, you're the second option. Like, if to respect the terms of things, I could cut you off and, go with the pre-planned thing. But I wanted, you the regular. So you're getting priority in this.
But it doesn't feel like priority. It feels like, okay, you're going to do me, and then you're going to... I may not fulfill you, or I'm not fulfilling you, and you're going to the next person. You know how people think.
Oh well, that's your ego. Got to a point. I'm just like, well, you're making this a lot deeper than it needs to be, because this is strictly sexual, anyways. Like, at the end of the day, you're going to bust a nut. So it's like you reached out for sexual gratification. You're going to get that, and then I'm going to another thing. If that happens or whatever. And through that combo, he got to a point he was just like, you know what, I'm just going to block you and all this other stuff. And I was like, if that's how you feel, go ahead and do that. Like, it is what it is. I'm not going to be hurt. And and this regular is still around. That's all I can say.
He tried to go to rehab for your dick, but he just couldn't. He just fell off the wagon and back on the dick.
I'm like, ain't nobody. Like, I thought we knew what this was at the beginning. Like, even within our conversation, I was like, look, we're not dating, and why are you acting like we're dating? You the one who said that you wanted something strictly sexual. Like, you don't even want to be like friendly and shit. Like, talk about your life. And then he confirmed, yeah, I did say that. So why you acting like this?
The ones that have like bitches or niggas on deck. Like, y'all got people that y'all mess with outside of this, and y'all still thought I was not going to. I'm confused.
Oh, child, oh my God, people are funny. People are funny. Y'all build a roster. That's all I can say. It's fun. You have funny times.
Oh,
on that note, I think that will be the last thing of the episode. Does anybody have any kind of tip or trick or anything that they want to share with the audience in terms of sexual expression before I close everything out?
Fuck like you mean it.
Explore your options, because you never know who's going to introduce you to that thing you like.
It ain't nothing wrong with trying everything once. You can try it to see if you like it. If you don't, keep it pushing. Don't be closed-minded because sex is not closed-minded. Like, if you see something you like, try it. Oh, and before introducing shit to certain females, let them watch what goes on. Because telling me you gonna tie me up don't sound good. Showing me what being tied up looks like intrigued me. Okay? So if you can show them what's gonna happen before it happens, men, I promise you get better results. I promise you.
I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. So thank y'all so much for coming on to the podcast for this episode. I really appreciate all of you. Listeners, make sure y'all check out their podcast, catch up on all their fucking episodes. Look, you're gonna have the time to do so because the Holliliquy podcast is gonna be on break for like 3 fucking months, so you got fucking time. We have a couple more episodes coming up for Heauxvember. Stay tuned. Thank you all so much for listening to the Heauxvember. Oh Lord Jesus, I got all the shits fucked up. I'm sorry. But thank y'all so much for listening to the Holliliquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. Just in case no one else told you this today, you are beautiful, you are worthy of happiness and joy, you are enough and then some. You may not live up to the expectations of others, but that is okay. You are only required to walk in your own shoes. May each day you live lead you towards abundance. With that said, love you all and see you next episode. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Holliliquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. You can subscribe to the podcast through your favorite podcasting app and find us on the web at www.holliliquy.com. That's www.heauxliloquy.com. Share the podcast with your friends and join the conversation.